Exclamation, everybody, and welcome to Cosmos Invictus. This is an early access collectible card game out on Steam. It's currently free to play and looks like it will remain free to play, but it is early access still, so it's still early on in the development here. It is by Pagino Limited. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Pagino Limited. It's got a sci-fi theme to it. It is a collectible card game. It's got some of the normal trappings that you would get from a CCG, but also some maybe slightly interesting things. It's got this whole battle zone concept, which we'll jump into, I think. Well, I'll try to anyway. We'll see if it actually lets me. I'm not sure if it will or not. It's a PvP battle arena, but I'm not sure if it's actually going to work or... yeah, the game is so early now that I don't know what's working, what isn't working. So as I say, I've already gone through the tutorial. There is a store, as you can see here. I've got, just from going through the tutorial and doing one mission and failing at it, I've got 210,000 credits, basically. They're called Cosmo credits. This here is called RSE. It's used to forge new cards. It's basically dust from the, card games that you know and love. And this over here is medals. You can purchase unique items with those as you do things. And you kind of see the various things here. Some of these are real money. $70 for 60 card packs. That might be a bit much, but you know. Or one card pack for 100,000 credits, which is quite a lot. If you start looking at Cosmo credits here, you can see how many credits you can buy for each thing. You might think, oh, 5 million credits is a lot. Well, when we start looking at things like how much RSE costs, if you wanted to use those, or spaceships, you can see 3.25 million for this one, 3.5 for that one. The Righteous Ass Kicker apparently is 5 mil. So basically, to buy that, you would have to pay what? Was it $50 basically to buy that? You can buy that outright if you want to. There's various modules. These modules are what you outfit your ship with to help out with your during your battles, and you can see how much they cost. I'm almost to being able to grab an energy gun, but not quite yet. You do get some good rewards from each game, but I mean, it'll take a while still, I think, to get to places. And you also get passes. You have to buy passes in order to use the battle zone, I believe. So, yeah, I'm not sure how that works yet. In any event, we've got challenges. They got daily challenges you could do and give you rewards for it and all those things. We're going to go do a mission right now. You could do a duel with a random opponent, or you can do a mission which is against the computer. I'm going to do that right now. The AI is very, very unforgiving. It really is punishing, but especially early on when you don't have cards. You don't have very good cards like I do. But we're going to jump into the Viper Nests. And each one of these missions has like 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 5 sub-missions underneath it. So, yeah, I know patrol duty like this isn't glamorous or exciting, but we got to guard shipping routes and show the colonies we got out here that there's always some friendly firepower nearby in case. Whoa, something on the scanners. It's an Earth or Raider. Battle stations, people. It's moving to attack position. So there are two factions. I am part of the, basically, if you've ever watched The Expanse, I'm basically the Belter faction. There's two factions in the game. There's the Earthers and the Belters. Pretty much. They're called something different, but it's the same thing. I think Gaia Initiative is like the Earth people, where they're like, we want to rebuild Earth because Earth has been used up. And these guys are like, screw Earth, let's go out and explore the solar system more. that kind of thing. So those are the ones I signed up for because I think they're kind of neat. And let's play. We'll talk a little bit more about how things go here. I've got my you got a starter deck, and then I've got the first deck here, which has slight modifications to it, but nothing too crazy. And you can select the formation. I'll talk about all that as we go here, because there's a lot of like little things that are kind of different that are interesting. So first off, we get to draw all these cards, and I think I'm going to keep all of those, actually. I unfortunately am going second. So now, just like any other game, you've got in this case, you've got energy. Energy is what you use to actually do actions in the game, like play cards and whatnot. Your energy reserves slowly go up every turn, as you would in any other game, any other card game, and that allows you to afford more stuff, that kind of thing. Here is the formation that I've got. I've got guard wall up. Each one of these spots grants a whatever's on there, so if I deploy a mech here, I'll get +5 to their attack and +5 to their defense. Here it's just +5 to the defense. Here it's +5 to their attack, plus they are in a repair situation, so they will actually repair my ship, my main ship, every turn by a certain number of points. This here is the stealth position, I think. So you deploy a mech here. I think it's harder to attack a mech that you've deployed here. Something I'm not quite sure exactly what that conveys. And then here is another repair one, and as you can see, it goes along that way. Various formations give you different boxes and stuff, and we'll talk about that later, as I said. Right now, I think we're just going to, so I'm running out of time, just deploy that and hit enter. When you summon units, they have summoning sickness, basically. That's the little red dot on them. You can't use them the first turn you summon them, that kind of thing. We have a Zenith, which is another mech. So basically, we're fighting mech on mech here, is the way this rolls. And because of that, we also have pilots that we can put in these mechs that will actually boost your mech by whatever the pilot's numbers are down there. But they take 2 energy to deploy, so I can't quite do that yet. The idea is that you just basically have to attack your enemy ship here and or their mechs to try to eliminate them. Honestly, there's no reason not to attack the main enemy for the most part, other than, I mean, I'm not going to do any damage to these guys. I'm not going to do enough damage. Well, this guy I could do enough damage to, but they're going to also damage me and destroy my guy, so it'll be basically a 1-for-1 here. So instead of doing that, I'm just going to attack their guy. And you'll notice that my guy just went and left the field. That's because this number here is how much fuel they have. So he just used up both elements of fuel that he had, which meant he has to go back to my mothership to refuel for a turn before he can come back out onto the field. And all of your units have some kind of fuel on them, as you can see. And their units do as well. Now, my mothership only has 1 slot for refueling. So if I had another mech on here that ran out of fuel and tried to come back in here for fuel, it'll get destroyed. So you gotta kind of balance the 2 things out. So what do we got here? We've got a missile barrage, so I could do that to one of these guys if I wanted to. That one's repairing them, so let's try and get the missile barrage on them. That's 15 points off of there, which will allow me to then go and destroy this guy outright. You know, he's going to do some damage to me in the process. And I don't have anything to actually repair my mechs right now. So there are modules that you can get on your ship that will repair your mechs over each turn, but obviously I don't have any modules yet installed on my other ship here. All right, so he just threw a pilot in there to buff up his guy a bunch. Alright, what do we got over here? We got a bunch of mechs, and we got shock, which will stop one of these mechs from attacking. So I might as well do that on this guy, because he's 38. Keep him from attacking this turn. And we're going to throw a pilot up in here. Mech does not have enough fuel. Oh, right. The mech uses up 1 fuel when you put a pilot in it. So I can't put a pilot in here because the mech would run out of fuel. So we're just going to do this. And I'll just deploy this black light just for the sake of running. Actually, I could have put him in one of the repair slots to repair my guy, but whatever. Doesn't matter right now. The enemy has basically got ridiculous amounts of mechs and stuff, so it's not gonna. There's not much I could do here to really win at first. I have to really keep grinding against it until I get enough here. But let's put a pilot in this mech. Kind of boost him a little bit. Let's get a... we'll get a black light over here to help out with repairs maybe a bit, and we'll just see what I can do with this. Let's go... I guess I could put a pilot in there. I'll just hold on to them, I guess. Let's have this guy attack here. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I already have somebody in here to refueling, so having him attack was not a good idea. And I'll lose actually both of them because this guy is refueling right now. So I really can't do anything this turn. This is just the way, just the breaks of the game here. And like I said, the AI is so ridiculously overpowered that I really can't do anything right now to stop them. They're always going to win until I actually have cards. So you might say that there's a little bit of pay to win going on here, unfortunately, just because of the way the balance is. But you know, it is what it is right now. Okay, so we're gonna get, I guess we'll get shock out here. Target mech can't attack or defend for 1 round. Yeah, I guess that would make sense on maybe this guy. I know that there's gonna be much that I can do there. Let's put a pilot in there, and I guess we might as well put a pilot over here too, and use both of these guys to attack with. Oh, mech is exhausted because I put that. So some of these mechs get exhausted when you put pilots in them, and some don't. I don't know how that works. It's not a valid target of attack or events. Yeah, okay. So that's what this means. It's not a valid target of attack or event. So that's the stealth thing means you basically can't. This is an unattackable guy, unassailable guy. But that said, there's not much else I can do here. So we're just gonna end our turn and let this guy kill us, as he's wont to do. Yeah, we have no hope of succeeding at this. We didn't have any hope of succeeding at it even when I started the match. Because like I said, the AI has crazy amounts of cards. Alright, reach level 2, which means we got a card, looks like. Alright. So it's generous at least a little bit at the beginning here with the XP. Let's look at what card we got. So, and let's look at the deck and stuff as it is right now so you can kind of see what's going on there. And okay, I got dealt some damage, so I got a reward there for that. So they are giving some rewards, so it may not be that much of a grind, but I don't know. It is what it is right now. Like you saw in the store there, you could basically buy a whole bunch of card packs and get really huge head starts, or even buy a whole bunch of just stuff for your ship and get a huge head start. We'll go into the hangar. We'll see what cards we have. So here's my first battle deck. So if I click on that, I'll actually edit it. And we've got a maximum of 25 cards we can put on there, and 5 pilots. You can see these are all our pilots, and max energy is 12 for our ship, so keep that in mind when you're looking at cards here. And there are various cards. Now I'm the red faction, so all these cards are my faction's cards. If I look at this next page, you'll see mostly the other faction's cards. I can use cards from the other faction, but I suffer a penalty. In other words, even though this says it costs 1, it will actually cost, I think, 2 energy, and it'll tell you how much of a penalty you have to pay because your energy systems aren't quite compatible, that kind of thing. So you can play with another faction's cards, but they cost some more money along the way. Which kind of it's very limiting, especially early on here. The number of cards is super duper limiting, and so I can't see anyone really getting very far at the very beginning here unless you really love punishment. It's still early access, but I think they're gonna have to do a lot in the balancing and tweaking area. In the forge, we can go and turn extra cards that we've received into the currency up here, the RSE stuff, to forge new cards. I don't know, it's showing all the cards right now, but I feel like did you cost any? I don't know if there's a way to say, hey, just show me the ones that are I have way too many of. Like, I've got 5 of these and 5 of those, but I guess I would just have to figure out on my own whether or not that 5 is too many. I guess I'm not sure how that's supposed to work. Like, I feel like they should say, like, hey, if you've got 10 of these, then probably 4 of them are too many for your deck or whatever. I'm not sure how that exactly works. I know I like the way that they did it in I'm drawing a blank on the name of the game right now. It's by the people who played RuneScape, Chronicle. That game, you really could only have 2 of any card in your deck, and so anytime you got more than 2 cards in your main, library here, you could just flip a check mark and it would say, show me all the things that are just extras, and then you could just sell them all off for the currency thing. This one, I don't think they don't limit you as far as I know, unless they limit you to 5. That might be the maximum limit, I'm not sure. So I don't know if they have a similar way of just kind of marking things automatically for you and saying, just sell all the things automatically that I know I can't use in a deck. On the spaceship here, you see I've got 1 refuel slot And I've got a maximum energy of 8 here. So I have to grab some modules if I want to do anything with that. That is going to be interesting because I think the lowest module is 250,000. So I'm not going to be able to do much there right now. There's also a concept of reinforcements, and that is the card packs. So that's where you buy your card packs. That's what they call them. They call them reinforcements. So I could buy a card pack, one card pack for 100,000 credits. That actually gives you 5 cards? Question mark. I think it was 5 cards that you then can work with. I've gone through most of these here. I guess, since I really need cards more than anything else right now, I could use modules too. If I could get 10,000 more credits, I could get a gun module, and then my mothership could actually fire on the other ship. At this point, even that's not really going to help that much. So I think my best bet is to just get a card pack. I'll do one just so you can see what it looks like. I mean, you've seen one card pack opening, you've seen them all, but let's go there and go under reinforcements and drag it over. There we go. And we'll see what we've got in here. So you have Venture, Shogun, White Dwarf, Anvil, and Forge. So that's like the highest level card I've gotten right now, and it's 7 energy, so I won't last long enough to ever use that against the enemy right now. But that's at least it's something anyway. Now let's see if I can figure out how to do a battle zone, because I have no idea how this works. So, Sector Phobos, I have 3 free passes, and I'm the red team. It looks like a lot of people are red team, so if how do I participate, what does that do? Alright, first battle deck. Okay, battle. So is this pairing me up with another player, or is it pairing me up with a computer? I guess we'll find out once it looks like it might be trying to pair me up with a player, because we're waiting here. But I wonder if there's a certain amount of time that it will wait before it then gives you a bot. So let's see what happens. Alright, we're starting up here. I don't know if I got a bot or a player, but we'll see based on how they do things. We need some lower cost cards here. That must be a bot, because it just went directly, unless, well, we'll see. We shall see. Let's get our first mech out there and see how it works. Yeah, I'm thinking that's probably a bot. Okay, 21. 37, so he's at 21 damage. What is the Zenith? I could do that, I guess. Or I can get a pilot out here. Maybe I'll get a pilot in that mech. That's interesting. That must be, I guess that must be a player, because I haven't seen the AI attack another bot like that. Usually they go for the jugular right away, but we'll see. We've got a missile barrage here that we can use. Just used up all my power, but that's fine. Alright. And what do we got here? We've got... I'm going to take this Eclipse and put him in the repair slot, because he's got a lot of defense. And this guy I still can't use because he's still got a... That's what's weird, is like they come off of the refueling line and he still gets summoning sickness after coming out of the refuel line, which is weird. But I guess that's just how they have it set up here. Alright. What do we have here that we can play with? Another Eclipse there. Let's put this guy in that slot. And let's get a pilot in there. And then I'm just gonna say to hell with these other mechs and just go for the jugular. Because it doesn't seem like there's any real reason not to. Other than fuel reasons. Like, this guy I really shouldn't attack again because fuel. But I guess technically I could... Just attacking one of these guys would cause him to lose that mech. Even if I didn't destroy it. You're like, see, he's going to do that to me. Right there. So I guess that's where you can kind of bring some tactics into it. Like, I can force them to lose mechs by not having another place to put their stuff. Yeah, like that. Let's see. Let's get another guy over here. And what I could do is I can take this guy out of the picture, right? Just by merely attacking him. Although I have enough to actually destroy him outright. Problem is they fight back, obviously. So I can take one of these guys out here. And this guy. Oh, not that guy. This guy. Right there. Alright. Yeah, I have no real hope of winning this. This has got to be... I feel like this is not a player, because a player would have just finished me off at this point. Right? Like, something else is at work here. Let's put this guy out here. And I guess we'll do this and do that. And then just, I don't know, maybe I'll just attack with everything I got. Maybe. Actually, you know what? I'm going to lose this battle here. But that's fine because he's also going to lose that guy because he doesn't have another spot to refuel him. So he'll lose that, which is good. So then we'll just go do all the attacks that I can. Not that it amounts to anything. Oh, I can't do another attack because I don't have enough fuel. That fuel thing is it's an interesting mechanic, but at the same time, it's really it really causes you to have no moves. You know what I mean? It's it kind of cheapens the game a little bit too. Well, balls here. What should I do? This guy over here, maybe. And I mean, I might as well. I'm gonna lose this guy when I use him, but I might as well just go for it, right? Unless I just use this guy to take this one out. Which will work, because this one only has 16 points of damage it can do, so maybe I'll just do that. Alright, and then attack with that one. And I guess I'll just start deploying some mechs here. And this guy. Right there. Alright, we'll see how we do here. Well, this is the longest I've lasted, so that should count for something. And so what I'll do is we'll use this guy right now so he can go refuel. This guy's still got plenty of fuel, so use him. And so does that guy there. Well, if I deploy a pilot in him, he won't, but let's just use him directly. Alright, and then it must be, it'll be worth just, I mean, this guy's dead, so I might as well just make him all the way dead, right? So, just deploy this one. Alright, take that. 5,000 credits. And I reached level 3. And then some. Alright. Well, that was a thing. So I got more points for our team, I guess. Next sector in 700. So if it's a series of victories. For every 3 wins in a row, the captain gets guaranteed rewards. I see. Okay. And win-loss and war points, 92. Okay, so I've contributed 92 points to the war. If I contribute 700 points, then another sector will be given to us, I guess. I guess that's how that works. All right, and then in 4 days it all resets. And then whatever. Each player of the winning faction is guaranteed rewards. I see. Alright. Well, that's an interesting like battle, overall war concept there. There's a lot of like little interesting concepts in here. I just feel like they I feel like the money the money thing, I feel like the store is going to be their biggest issue, really, honestly. I'm all for devs getting paid and all that stuff, but I feel like someone who is really good at crunching numbers is going to look at all these numbers and post somewhere, you know, you gotta win 92, or yeah, you gotta play 92 games in order to get like the lowest level upgrade you could get on here or something like that. And people read that and go, all right, well, this is not worth my time then. So honestly, that's because I'm looking at some of these things. I'm like, yeah, these are all kind of. This is a lot. This is a lot of money here. Some of that's just due to the fact that they've added a bunch of zeros onto the end of things. Like, you don't, you know what I mean? Which makes it look like even more than it really should be. Honestly, if I was doing something like this, I would have like, this would be like 10, and this would be 20 or something, and you would get like 1 or 2 per credits per, you know, round that you play or something like that. You know, putting all these zeros here makes it look way more than it actually is to get there. You know what I mean? It makes it look like an order of magnitude crazier than it actually is. So that's my take on that. And then of course, whenever you put something on here, it's like $70. You're like, oh, okay, I can see where it gives you like bad impressions. I think, me personally, at least, it gives me bad impressions when I see like 60 card packs, $70. So basically, it costs $70 to get like a huge, well, somewhat. Here's the problem: the card packs aren't actually really giving you that much of an advantage, because it still comes down to your spaceships. So really, it's like if you go here and you plunk $50 down, you'll basically get this spaceship here, which if you're in this faction, you'll be great. If you're in the blue faction, you're still not quite good, because that one's 6 million, right? But you're in this faction, right? The 5 million one. See, it doesn't even tell me what does it tell me here? So this one gives you 4 refueling slots right off the bat, 300 health, 10 energy maximum, and 3, I forget what this is, 3 somethings. I forget exactly what that is. I think that's like utility modules or something. Something like that. Not sure. 3 module slots, right? Is that what that means? I think. So right off the bat, like, that's $50 basically for that. Or you could pay $50 and get one of these guys and still have a huge advantage over most other people in the game, like right off the bat. So yeah, I don't know. And I'm not sure, and again, I'm not sure how to, like, if I look at the free stuff, like, hey, you've got this RSE stuff here, and I look at that, and I go under, say, hangar here. I don't see what you would use that on. Like, I guess show missing cards. So what does this, like, what does one of these costs? Like, these don't, I can't click on them, right? So I don't know. I'm assuming I can't build them because I don't know what they are, which is weird. So I can only really forge cards that I already have, I guess. Let's see what this says here. Well, here's one. See, I found this one already. So he's 11 and 9. So how do I say I want to forge? That's my inventory. I gotta go under forge, right? Okay, so here's forge again. So I go here. So recruit takes 50. Alright, so now I've recruited that. guy. So that's another pilot that I can use, who will probably cost 2 to use him, but that's fine. My pilots I have now cost 2, but he's got 11 and 9, so it's definitely an upgrade from what I've got. So then, how do I... yeah, because the Star Child is like 8, 9. So... White Dwarf I have, so I can't forge a card I haven't already found. That's weird. It's like, that's really a disadvantage then, because then they're really forcing you to get the card packs just to find the card in order to then be able to forge it for this stuff. Yeah, that's... not sure that I like the way they've done that, honestly. And then your different starships and all those things. Yeah, I can see where they're going with it. I don't know that... I mean, any game like this is going to live or die by the community. And right now this game is not even known. It's not been really pushed anywhere. I happened to run across it on Steam just out of the blue, but I haven't seen any like push by the devs to kind of get it out there. It's free to play, which will certainly attract a lot of people who are looking to, you know, not spend any money on something. But I mean, it's got nice concepts. I like the battle zone concept and things like that. And it's got interesting mechanics in the game, but I'm not quite sure that it's how strategic some of those things are. You know what I mean? I'm kind of still on the fence there, and I'm not even sure if I faced another player there or if I faced an AI that was just really dumb. Yeah, but anyway, I think I've rapped on long enough about this. I mean, it's just you're pretty much a classic CCG with a bunch of little interesting perks, I guess, here. But this has been Cosmos Invictus. It is by Pajuno, I guess, however way you want to pronounce it, Limited. And it is currently free to play and in early access on Steam. I should emphasize that it's still early access, so there's still early version of the game. As always, I will leave links down in the description so you can do your own due diligence. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time.